Ali. This is just so that you guys can get a little bit more of an insight of, you know, me, what this channel is going to be about, what I want to do with it. So let's get started. So the first question is who is Ali? So my name is Areli, but I sometimes go by Ali just because it's a little bit easier to pronounce. It's just taking the R-E out of my name, and that's how you get Ali. I am 24 years old. My birthday is in August 20th. I am a Leo. I live in Texas, South Texas. And when people think South Texas, they think about Austin, Houston. No, I'm talking about right by the Mexican border, down in South Texas, also known as the RGV. What is on my bucket list? I wouldn't necessarily say that I have a bucket list. Like how most people have it, a list. Mine is more so things that I would like to do, as far as I would love to go skydiving. I've already swam with dolphins, so that was another one. I would love to ride an elephant one day. What else? That's a good question. I didn't think about this before I did it. So we'll go back to that one. Sorry if the camera angle moved, my phone fell, so great, right? Okay, so my next question is, what is my biggest fear? So I would say heights. My hands get super sweaty. I start to feel super lightheaded. My vision, I can't like control it. I'm going left and right. It's a little bit weird because it's just like in extreme heights. I've gone ziplining, I was fine. It's like when I climbed the ladder, or I went to this place where it was like how do I explain it? Like planks that were held by rope, and I was tied up, but I was just walking across it. I couldn't do that. Sorry if I sounded a little bit stuffy. I've been fighting this like sinus thing for a while, so I'm on medication for that, so hopefully that goes away. Do I have any bad habits? I don't think so. Oh, I pick my face a lot. So if I get a pimple or if I get anything like that, I'm always real quick to catch it and pop it. Also, just like messing with my hair a lot. And I talk a lot. Probably people that you know would say that was a bad habit. What are your biggest pet peeves? My biggest pet peeve is having to repeat myself. I cannot stand it. Like, even if you're just joking, like, what? I can't stand it. No, I can't. And people repeating themselves as well. Like, if like my son, mom, like it just irritates me. And unnecessary noise. The noise doesn't need to be done. Don't do it. What is my relationship status? So currently right now I am in a relationship. It's sort of a long distance relationship because he is in Houston, which is about 5.5 hours away, and I'm here again in the RGV. We do see each other pretty frequently. I will be going there tomorrow, but he doesn't know. It's a surprise. But by the time that this goes up, I should already be there. So yeah, I'm in a relationship, very happy. And you guys will get to know him later on. Do I have any siblings? I do. So from my mom and my dad, I'm the oldest, and then there's my brother, Michael. And then my mom did get remarried, and she had 2 other kids, a boy and a girl. The girl being the oldest, Riley, and the boy being Dalton, the youngest one. And they currently live with my mom in Austin, which is where I was born. So I don't see them very often, but the relationship's there. And then my dad remarried, and I have a stepsister. Her name is Maya, and she currently is, oh, she's gonna get so mad. She's 11, 12 years old, but She lives with them. I have a pretty good relationship with her. When I would see my dad more often, I would obviously convivir with her more. So, but now it's a little bit separate, but not separate. Oh my goodness, what am I saying? It's a little, we're a little bit more distant, but the love is still there, and I see her all the time, more than my half siblings. Do I have any tattoos? I do. I have two. I have, my first one is on my rib, and it is, where's it on this side? I forgot what side it's on. But my mom used to write me handwritten letters, and our song is My Little Sunshine. So I got a verse from the song and her signature, Love Mom, and in her handwriting, I got it tattooed. As well as I have one on my wrist that I will later on talk about in a story time video that I'm planning on doing. But I do have two. Do I want more? If you're watching, Dad, no. Mom, if you're watching, no. But yeah, I do. Do I like any sports? I actually really like sports. I know it doesn't look like it, but I was in flag football in high school, and I did not look like this. I was very, very thin. Insert picture here. After having a kid and other stuff that I'll touch on, obviously I don't look like that anymore. But I really love football. I'm the biggest football fan. Go Cowboys. I know I may lose subscribers to that, but I don't care. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. We won today, by the way. I like any kind of sports, honestly. Baseball, soccer. Well, soccer, kind of. But I like sports in general. How is your relationship with your parents? The relationship with my parents is a little bit complicated in the sense that there's obviously a lot of background story on, you know, the relationship with them. It's there. I have a relationship with both my mom and dad. With my dad, my relationship is more parental, I would say. So whenever I need somebody to tell me the way that it is and like get mad at me, I know I can go to my dad and he'll just, you know, give it to me straight, no filter. I see my dad very consistently. He lives about 5-ish minutes away, and so I'm pretty there. I would go before a lot more often. Now I don't go as much, but there's always constant communication, at least maybe once a day, once every 2 days. The relationship with my mom is a little bit different. I don't see her as often. We have our times where we talk a lot, when we talk very sparsely. Is that even a word? Not as frequently, I'll say that so I don't sound stupid. But the relationship is there. She's more of somebody that I can confide in, tell them stuff that you don't normally would tell your mom, but I feel comfortable enough to do it. I don't see her as frequently, like I said, because she is 6 hours away from me, but FaceTime videos and stuff like that happen all the time. What is my biggest disappointment? Woo, we're getting deep here. Okay, I would say my biggest disappointment. Oh, like what I'm disappointed in. Disappointed about my sister, but I can't say that. I'll see if I get permission to talk about that later. But the next question is, what is the one thing that I love about myself? I would say the one thing that I love about myself is I see the best in people. So when something happens, I'm not quick to jump the gun and think the worst of the situation. I tend to try to give excuses to people, or excuses for people, and sometimes that gets like thrown back at me because people are doing things in malicious ways, and I don't see it that way, or I try not to. But I feel like I have a very big heart, and I'm a very emotional person, and I feel like you can do whatever to me, and at the end of the day, like, I'll be there for you no matter what. And again, I always like give you the benefit of the doubt. So I feel like I'm a very loving person. Next question is, what would you change about your life? Currently, I guess I'll say that in a past tense. What could I have changed, or what would I have changed in my life? I wish I would have finished school when I did. When I was still living with my dad, I was planning on becoming a pharmacist, and if I did things the right way, I would have been a pharmacist by 24 or 25, which is not very heard of, and probably the best thing that I could have done. So I regret not doing that. I would change that. I would go back and continue to go to school. I wouldn't change the things that I did that ended up making me not go to school, because I have my son. But I wish I would have still done those things but continue to go to school, because I could have if I wanted to, but I didn't. What do you love about your present life? So I've been holding back talking about my son, because if anybody knows me, knows that my son is the center of my life. My conversations are 99% about him, and I know that throughout my YouTube journey, he's constantly gonna be in the picture, and I'm gonna be talking about him. So I did want this a little bit to be more about myself than my son, because you'll get to see him soon. Or you already did. There's a Halloween video. So I have a son. His name is Mason. He's 4 years old. He is the light of my life. So my son came in a pretty dark time of my life and flipped it upside down, and everything that I do now, everything that I will do, it's all because of him. He's just so precious, and he's so cute. I told somebody today that I wanted to eat him. Like, I just wanted to like bite his cheeks and his little butt. He's so cute. But I love that. I love that I'm on my own as far as like my own place. I have a job, I have a car. I'm able to not depend so much on my family, because one thing that I would do previously is I was very dependent on my family. The reason why I live 5 minutes away from my dad is because I couldn't stand to live farther away from family. And so one thing that I'm proud of is I have kind of separated myself from that, and I have tried to become my own person and depend more on myself. If I can't do something, oh well, can't do it. If I don't have somebody to watch my kid, oh well, find daycare that can watch him. Obviously I still have my family that watches him when they have the chance, but I have become a little bit more independent, and I really, really enjoy that. So the next question is a pretty deep question. How did you find out about your depression and anxiety? So when people find out that I take medication for depression and anxiety, they don't believe me, or they can't believe it, because I don't. there's different types of depression and different types of anxiety, and that's one thing that I kind of want to eventually get you guys to see. And that's one of the points of my YouTube channel, is I'm trying to show that depression isn't, you know, sad all the time. Depression isn't cutting all the time or wearing black all the time. There's different signs of depression. There's a lot of unseen depression, and it's called a silent killer because typically people don't know somebody is depressed. So I do take depression, but with depression comes, I also have a lot of anxiety. People think that anxiety is hyperactiveness, and it's not. It's just nervousness, sweatiness. Both of these things are just chemical imbalances in your brain. And so when I found out that I had depression, and I don't want to go too much into it because again, I want to kind of tell the story from the beginning. It was after I had my son. I went through postpartum depression, and when I separated from my son's dad, that is when I got diagnosed. Well, I had already been diagnosed with depression when I was younger, but I wasn't medicating for it, and I was able to control it by going to therapy. So when I had my son, the chemical imbalances just went crazy, and I got diagnosed, got on medication. My anxiety is situational anxiety. So when I'm confronted, which I work at a call center, so I take soup calls. So my anxiety is always crazy because I'm getting customers yelling at me and stuff like that. And it makes me feel all sweaty and nasty, but I did find out that I had depression and anxiety around the time that my son was born. So that was pretty hard because I moved from, I'm getting too detailed, but I found out after I had my son. With that comes, what do you want to do? What do you want from your YouTube channel? So I kind of touched base on that a little bit with the previous question, is I want to open the doors on depression and anxiety, show you guys the way that I handle it, by the way that it affects me. When I was going through postpartum depression before I was diagnosed, YouTube was my outlet. I lived my life through people's videos, specifically daily vloggers. I would experience sadness, happiness, birthdays and stuff like that with them. And honestly, it helped me get through it, and it gave me at least those 10-15 minutes that I could focus myself in it and not worry about the outside, not worry about myself, whatever they were feeling, I was feeling. And so although that wasn't healthy per se, because I wasn't living my life, in my case it did help me out. And if I could do that for anybody, I would. That's my goal. Like, my goal is just to help people. I'm not doing it for the money, I'm not doing it for the fame. I want to document my son's life, the struggles that I go through, and how I overcome them, because it's very hard to forget what you have overcome because you're so focused on the negative stuff that continues happening that you don't already see what you have done. One of my favorite quotes, and I'm gonna butcher it, but it's somewhere around the lines of, you wouldn't know what goodness is without having gone through pain. You don't know what happiness is if you didn't go through the hard stuff. So I like to remind myself, all the hard things and things that I didn't think I was gonna get through back then that I'm getting over now. And I just want to share that. It's another main part of it. And you can ask anybody. I am constantly taking pictures, videos, and in high school people would get so mad, why are you always taking videos and pictures? But like, now they ask me for them, or now it's good to reminisce on them, and family events and stuff like that. My dad's constantly telling me, why do you have to record these things? And it's just, I like to capture the moment, and I would like to, I got my phone stolen once and that was heartbreaking, and I lost all that stuff, so if I could have it on YouTube, you know, that would be cool. Share it with you guys. There's not a lot of Mexican vloggers, so although I am half white, half Mexican, my mom is full Caucasian, my dad is full Mexican. I was surrounded by the Mexican heritage, so for me, I do consider myself Mexican, and I don't see that very, what's the word that I'm looking for, like very present in the YouTube community. You know, I know that there are family vloggers that are Hispanic, but my family is so funny. The culture is so beautiful, and if I can share just a little bit of that with you guys, you know, I would love to do so. And just so you guys know me more, a lot of people just see the outside of me and just see me at work or see me on Facebook, but there's a lot more, and I hope that with this you guys can understand me a little bit more, see where I'm coming from, and I just want to reach whoever needs to be reached. Hopefully somebody can, you know, what's the word where you like, I forgot the word. Guys, while editing this video, I figured out the word. It was relate. I don't know, I know I want to do a story time from the beginning of my life to where I am right now, so that's going to be done in different chapters, so look forward to those. But other than that, that's just a quick who's Allie. Excited for this journey and to see where it goes. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share. I'm gonna get a cool outro, don't worry about it. But share this video. You know, I don't know how often I'm going to be posting, but I am going to try to post frequently so that you guys can, you know, be engaged and stuff like that. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.